To the shock of no one, I have not shut the fuck up about Nona the Ninth, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about Kiriona Gaia, the fandom's response to her, who I think she is, and please ignore any audio issues. I'm having to use this little thing because my AirPods are broken, so it makes crisper quality, but I also know that it might be, like, weird with levels. I'm sorry, I'm trying my best. Also, I do want to note that I am not saying any of this to like slam anybody else who has read Kiriona in different ways. What I love about fandom is the ability to have productive conversations with other people whose viewpoints and perspectives that are different from mine affect the way they read texts. It's a lot of fun, and I want to give back to that ecosystem, so here I am. Okay, all that said, I'm going to be using Kiriona or Kiriona Gaia to refer to the Gideon that we meet in Nona the Ninth, and I'm going to be using the name Gideon to refer to the Gideon that we meet in Gideon the Ninth, just to kind of keep the differentiation different. Okay, disclaimer's over, it's party time. So, when we first meet Kiriona Gaia as a character, I think that I speak for everyone when I say we were shocked. Like, this is not the Gideon Nav we remember from Gideon the Ninth. This is not the narrator for Gideon and Harrow the Ninth that we recall. This is not her. This is a totally different person in our eyes. But I want to challenge that a bit. First of all, of course it's going to be a different Gideon because we are seeing Gideon for the first time through someone else's eyes, right? Even when we were reading Harrow, because of that little twisty twist at the end of the narration of Harrow the Ninth, we were still technically in Gideon's brain perceiving her, if that makes sense. Whereas when we meet Kiriona Gaia, we are meeting her through the eyes of a totally different person. We're perceiving her through Nona's eyes, and Nona has a very different read on Kiriona. Also, let's not forget, Kiriona is in a vastly different place than Gideon Nav is. She is in a place where technically on paper she has everything she ever wanted. She has a family, she's in the cohort, she's a war hero as far as one can be in her situation, and yet she is still, as Nona put it, the saddest girl in the whole world. Furthermore, she is in the presence of her father, yeah, but her father changed her name, gave her a title, dressed her up in some type of way, and I believe, as many other people have posited, that there is something wonky going on with her soul. I don't think that this is the Gideon Nav we met in Gideon the Ninth, because I think that she is a fries, a toy, and a shake short of a Happy Meal. But nevertheless, I think the other piece that people are missing is that this is not going to be the Gideon we met in Gideon the Ninth, because this Gideon, this Kiriona, has a lot of trauma. Her only friend is the Antitridentarius, for one. I mean, that's like, ooh. But on a serious note, she's a 19-year-old girl with a shit ton of trauma, and as someone who was recently a 19-year-old girl with a shit ton of trauma, you do what you have to do to adapt into the kind of person you think you need to be to survive and to get people to like you. When her only frame of reference is John Gaius, who is a user, I think. I have a lot of thoughts on that guy. And then Ianthe, like, you become the person that you think you need to be to get by. I think Kiriona's existence is multifaceted, and I can't wait to see what Tamsin does with her.